fix up my rations. Plus, Gucci and Prada don't last. I guess I'm just out for the fashion. Must we be so hesitant? Must we be so greedy? Both them in the regiment. Cut plenty is easy. Truancy's all of my assets. I need to fix on my rations. Plus, Gucci and Prada don't last. I guess I'm just not for the fashion. Must we be so hesitant? Must we be so greedy? Fuck them in the regiment. Cut plenty is easy. Truancy's all of my assets. I need to fix on my rations. Plus, Gucci and Prada don't last. I guess I'm just not for the fashion. Must we be so hesitant? Must we be so greedy? Fuck them in the regiment. Cut plenty is easy.
Don't know what I'm doing here. With people around me, I'm all alone. Been many places all through the years, but pain is a rock that I call my home. Karma's kinda coming on strong, long gone are the days I wait to make it all wrong. Do it now with a foolish smile, I withdrew my vows, move around while we wait for them to play a new song. Like boogie to the beat of a bleeding heart. We can't be apart, in too deep, didn't see the shark. She a piece of art, I'm a beast, and my teeth are sharp. Why would you believe me when I said it wouldn't leave a mark? I don't need a arc, I just need a long nap. Aw snap, somebody's storybook ending as I'm headed down the wrong path. It's not all bad, but it ain't all good. Promises are hollow when you knocking on wood. Can't imagine quitting, but I think that I should. Put one foot in front of the other, walk it out like Unk. Look, I'll say this once for the ones in the back, constantly struggling under attack. Tried wrestling demons, got stuck to the mat. Yeah.
She's all of my assets. I need to fix on my rations. Plus, Gucci and Prada don't last.
Welcome. Hello, everybody.
Hey, we back, baby.
We are back indeed. Somebody has made an egregious error and allowed us to continue doing what we do.
How dare them? For the world's sake, I'm offended.
Fools. They will learn their lesson one of these days, but today's not that day. It is the last day of April.
It's also pre-Little Caesar's Eve.
It's a weird way to say it, but okay.
I'm pre-Little Caesaring in my pants right now.
I don't ever want to hear that after the show ever again. I'm fine with it during the duration of the show, but never ever again.
This is why we should have been stopped. They should have stopped us.
So when is that dropping? Right at midnight tonight or sometime in the day?
Nope. It is dropping tomorrow at 5 p.m. right after an honest day's work, 5 p.m. Pacific. That means 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern around the world.
So likely I will just be arriving at the house from my 1 day of week in the office, and I will be tired and sick of individuals, and then I'll cut on some Little Caesar's anthem.
It might make you feel better, especially if you eat it while eating a little. You watch it while eating a Little Caesar's pizza with the Buffalo Ranch. Gotta have the dipping sauce.
I do pass by a Little Caesar's on my way back home. However, if I did pick up a pizza, I would not dare dip it in Buffalo Ranch.
Well, that's wild. That's
Is
crazy.
Is
yeah,
it?
I tried. So some of the WCR folks years ago came to my humble abode, and I was like, oh, you guys, let me show you my favorite meal ever. It's Little Caesars plus Buffalo Ranch dipping sauce. And I got like 6 dipping sauces, and then I forgot, like, Nikki thinks buffalo, like, barbecue is spicy. So I was like, oh, it's lost on her. Doesn't work. I don't think they appreciated it as much as I wanted.
Did she even eat the Buffalo Ranch?
I think she might have tried one bite to be polite.
And then she puked?
And then, like, just ran away and ate her, like, took off just the cheese and left the bread.
What an interesting eater she is. What's up, G baby? The one thing that amazes me out of all the humans that I've interacted with in my life is how quickly G baby can switch from lowercase words to all capitals. Like in an instant, she'll be just like having a conversation and all of a sudden all capitals.
Yeah. To answer your earlier question, no, I don't think so. There's no redeeming anything on YouTube. It's only Twitch.
Yeah.
And that's why we say Twitch is the shit. YouTube
Boo tube.
I think we're first saying that today, right?
I've never said it before, and I'll never say it again. We love you, YouTube.
Yeah. Shout out to YouTube. Please relinquish the 60 some odd dollars in our account, even though you say that there's a minimum $100 threshold to pay out. Please.
Rude. That's just rude.
What assholes? What's up with the industries like putting thresholds on paying people money? People are already broke as it is, and they just can keep increasing the thresholds. Like, yeah, you broke fucks. You got to make more money than your broke ass is already making in order to get your money, your coins, your pennies.
Word. Ray Stands, thank you for the gifty sub-a-wub.
Right. Starting to show off, right? With some coins. That's what I like to hear. We got a few in the queue for tonight. Looks like Ray is starting out. What is this? Oh, Ray? No Ray? Oh, wait, there it is. All right. Welcome to the show. Forgot to say this is the Wednesday subscriber show. So we're listening to people who are subscribed on Twitch or the Discord or are a member, not a subscriber on YouTube, because they use different terminology for some stupid reason. But all the same people who support us with their valuable coins on a monthly basis. This is your show, your time to shine. We will listen to what we have in the queue, going top to bottom, unless you tip in for whatever reason you want to go ahead of all the other special folks. More than welcome to do that, like Ray Stans just did. He's got a track here called Fuck 'Em All, featuring X-Rater, produced by Lowbrine, unmixed, work in progress, suggestions for improvement, mix, etc.
Word. Love that.
Love that.
You know, stop coming to us with your already released music that we're like, shit sucks, 6. Change this and that, it'd be a 10. You're like, well, I already released it.
I released this 2 years ago.
Word.
All right. Then after Ray Stands, we got something from Noir, Keeper, Rogue, Jepson, and looks like All Savant has put his usual period placeholder. So we'll see what 30-second track he records between now and then. And we'll take a listen to that too. But first up,
Dice
here is
nice. Bird is a turd.
Usually it's the other way around.
I feel like the opposite. I'm always the one that feels like, oh damn, am I going too hard on this kid? And you're like, oh man, you're humming so good. And I'm like, but he didn't say anything.
Who needs lyrics, right? Right?
Word.
Just fodder. All right, here's Ray and X-Rater. Fuck 'em all.
Fuck 'em all. Like I've heard this instrumental before. Yeah, definitely have. This is a very Ray X-Rater type beat, ain't it?
Yeah.
I'm in my do better era with that moon record aura. Puffing on them northern lights that got me like Aurora. Setting up to give them that shit they wantin' more. A steady sparking up them flames like a wilderness explorer. Ooh yeah. Ooh yeah, this the sorta wicked instrumental hitting deep in their aorta. Don't really wanna kill him, but you know that ain't the god. Dump the body, take the shorty and go toss the enchilada. Talking assy and back skiing, real nasty snatch beating. Try to talk the sense, but you know that he past preaching. That Cretan Ray, he always got some shit to spray. You ought to keep it tucked, live to see another day. This not the place or time to chase me with some basic rhyme. I base my every action knowing that I'm never facing time or consequences. All you bitches on the fence, my measure is immense. I'm a menace and a mensch. Why you feel like I ain't got no luck at all? They say they care, so why is it they never call? And when they do, they wanna throw the knuckleball, but you know that's alright. I stay on that fuck 'em all. Why you feel like I ain't got no luck at all? They say they care, so why is it they never call? And when they do, they wanna throw the knuckleball, but you know that's alright. I stay on that fuck 'em all.
It's fuck them all, like I'm Amazon with a camera on. My plan's been drawn, slapping gods of all pantheons. Can feel their style like my hands were gone. Yet the pens stay Armageddon, get the leaden like a fan of John's. And in the booth, bro, me and Ray be like the Russos. Winter Soldier on the mic, yet the endgame stays the truth though. Smash a 16, but no Joey Buttafuoco. Started only copping sumo, now your homie got the new glow. There's a hole in my soul, fill my bowl, it just goes away. Flow gourmet, I'm bringing sauce to beef like I'm bolognese. Throw grenades, only on the knees is when they blow away. The pros amaze, a puzzle and get muzzled to throwing in a cage. I'm locked in, low key, you hot shit, phony. I've been living with the trash, even Oscar got to know me. Guess I lost my lid from lacking chips, no guacamole. Got the sauce that cost you, homie. I'm hot sauce, you got to blow me.
Why you feel like I ain't got no luck at all? They say they care, so why is it they never call? And when they do, they wanna throw the knuckleball, but you know that's alright. I stay on it, fuck them all. Why you feel like I ain't got no luck at all? They say they care, so why is it they never call? And when they do, they wanna throw the knuckleball, but you know that's alright. I stay on it, fuck them all.
Okay. That was Ray Stans featuring X-Raider, produced by Lowbrine. Shout out to Lowbrine, frequent member and dismember of the community, I should say.
Dismember.
That was the track Fuck 'Em All, Work in Progress. Shout out to Hershey Hirsch. Welcome to the chat.
Welcome. I like how the question is like, it's unmixed, work in progress. Suggestions for improvement? Mix
it.
Like mix it. That's the suggestion. What would I do differently with the mix? I'd mix it.
Maybe touch it. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting, listen with just the raw vocals because you can kind of tell the difference between the setups, right? Like Ray has like not so present of a mic. It almost sounds a little far away, a little tinny. Burger King, yikes. Sponsor us right after Little Caesars. Yeah, I mean, my first thought when I heard Ray's verse was I would love for it to be more in the beat. I would love the beat to be a little louder. Like it just seemed like those two things needed to be equalized. And I think that it starts with the beat. The beat didn't feel like the snares and the percussion were loud enough. So maybe somewhere in the export, it just got minimized. That being said, I like the verses. I like what you did here. I like your approach to this. There was like one line where I was kind of like, oof. And I forgot. It wasn't like so egregious that I memorized it, but it was like something about a volcano, or it was like maybe the first 8 bars, something about like some volcano. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's good enough. I like what you did here. It just needs a mix, and the instrumental sounded lower. The second verse, too clear, too loud. Wasn't aorta. Too clear, too loud. Obviously, with a mix, all of these things will get fixed. So it kind of feels like I'm wasting my time here just by saying, like, do this different. There was, again, just like one part in X-Raider's part where I was like, feels like he didn't quite hit the flow. It sounded like he kind of elongated a word. It might have even been a choice. Again, without the mix, it's hard to tell. So yeah, I would just say good start. Like one thing for each verse that I was like, not quite exactly as crisp and perfect as a final product might be. I'll give it another listen just so I'm not bloviating about this forever. Initial first reactions, mix it, beat higher. I'll give it a 7.5. I like what you did here.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, mixing aside from actually mixing it, Ray's verse is obviously lower than X Raiders, so first and foremost, um, I don't think that you necessarily need heavy like delays, reverbs, and all that stuff because the beat's kind of open ended. And well, I would normally say that on an open ended beat, you would add that kind of stuff. But the way that y'all did both of your verses doesn't really add the opportunity for anything like that. I mean, it's pretty much straight rapidy rap. I didn't really like the flow of the hook. The the start of the hook is just feels awkward. The way you say why I feel like I don't know. It just comes off as
Oh yeah,
why I feel like, and it just feels awkward. The start of the hook. The rest of it is okay. It's just that first couple of words. I don't know. It doesn't work for me when I'm like, okay, I want to say this back. Um, the other thing I was gonna say is if you leave the verses, why it feel like, yeah, it sounds like why feel like. It doesn't. I don't hear the it. It just
I
says
thought wife feel like I
I
heard something different.
honestly like I keep thinking that it's like I feel like, but he's like stretching it out. But then I'm like, well, no, it sounds like why feel like I don't know. It just doesn't start out right. Um, the other thing I was gonna say, if you're gonna leave the verses as is, I would put X Raider first and then yours second because I feel like X Raider has kind of a more toned back and like prescriptive delivery, whereas yours is just pretty much like I'm gonna rap, 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 rap. Um, shout out to Sotoris, thank you for the sub. Unless somebody gifted that, then oh no. Whatever. Um, Ray, as far as your verse, the one thing that I would say is like I think it's solid, it's consistent. It's just I wish on this kind of beat that you kind of did more of like an open-ended, looser flow on top of it instead of being so very prescriptive with like delivering the lines within the cadence of the beat. Like I almost imagine more of like a, you know, these are probably the two biggest names to use, but how like Drake or Kendrick would kind of like open-ended flow across the beat and not necessarily hit every drum or every snare, but they would end up there at the point where they're finishing off their line. Whereas yours is like, I'm gonna hit the BPM exactly. And I think it kind of like it feels boxed in rather than like openly flowing and kind of like playing with how you can manipulate your voice and deliver your swagger and confidence. But that said, I mean, if you're gonna leave the verses as they are, I would say put X Rated first and then put your verse second, and then just mix the shit.
I think it'll be interesting to see Ray's next progression because he's already progressed so much, and I think once he gets comfortable with like, coming outside of that AB flow, like that he's learned how to have that strong delivery on that AB. Let's see what happens when he starts adding some more elements to it. Ray, I got some songs I can send you of maybe some different rhyme schemes or rhyme patterns that you might not have heard before. And once you kind of understand how to break the rules, like I think you have a good understanding of the rules now, the basics. Now it's like, okay, how do I break them while still maintaining the structural integrity of the song?
Yeah.
I think that's something that we talk about where people just break it without knowing the fundamentals. You know the fundamentals. Now you can learn how to break the rules and be the exception.
Yeah, I mean, when you're delivering it in such a comfortable and confident manner, you can do stuff like A B B A. You can even do A B. Like you can get really clever with it to the point to where people are just absorbing and they're listening to what you're talking to, and then they go back and they be like, oh, he really kind of flipped up the rhyme scheme there rather than just do A B constantly back and forth. So I think this is one of those beats where you could exercise that if you do a new verse, but definitely not saying it's a must because it's still a decent verse. But I'm nearly the same as Bird. I give this a 7 for where it's at. Although I don't think the ceiling is super high. I think it's like an 8 at most, unless you guys like really both redo the verses and like knock it out of the park. But just my initial thoughts based on work in progress where it's at. All right. What is next?
What next? Dog see?
Noir.
Okay. Oh shit. Did Sotorius ever give us something to review?
Nope, not yet, but he's in the subscriber feedback area. So if he has something to drop, he can drop it.
Word.
But shout out to Sotorius. I always get thrown off when I see the little pregnant man emoji in the in the chat, and I'm like, what do you mean by that? But I don't want to know at the same time.
Well, we always appreciate the subs too, man. But also, you earned your spot here. You're welcome to throw some song at us if you'd like us to review it. That's what we're here for.
He said, do you want R&B or ear candy?
I want whatever you want. How about that? I
What a
come
cop.
into every song with just a fucking blank slate, genuinely don't care. Here's my first impression. Dice,
Cop
do you have
out.
an opinion?
Give me the fucking ear candy.
Okay. It's all the same to me. I'm here regardless.
All right,
I'm here till we're done.
here's Noir with Can't See Me.
Okay. Producer of the year, baby. Could it be him for 2025? Yeah. San Andreas, so the San Andreas, so. Okay. Yeah. I could do something good with this.
Say that all the time.
I mean, eventually I get around to them. They just sit on my computer until I'm like, I should work on music.
Put the Call of Duty away. Put the Call of Duty away for
I
once.
can't help it. It's
maybe
so
you'll
good.
get it.
It's so fun. Call of Duty's the best.
Not.
Man, do you know, if I got Call of Duty and Little Caesars to sponsor me, I'd be a ball of dough this time next year. Just fucking a roly-poly. You'd have to roll out of the house.
I don't want to see that.
All right,
I think we got it. Look, the main thing that I'm gonna say about this, it's a great beat, but this is kind of what we express to people who aren't necessarily beat makers who want to be like full-on producers. Is like, it's not just having a change up, but it's having like progression in the beat where there's different sections that it may only appear one time, like that little bridge in the middle there. You're not going to hear it anywhere in there, but it progresses the beat forward because there's differences with the same sounds. And rather than just having a loop or having, a first half and then a second half, Noir and Kenny especially, so shout out to Kenny, they're good at like, I have a bridge in the middle that makes you know that, okay, the second half is coming, and then there's something different about the second half as well. So like those little minute details are what make things sound like productions rather than just beats, which, I'm not going to name any names, but a couple of days ago we had the argument of type beat producers, and as soon as I see type beat on it, I don't consider those people producers, and that's just really not true at all. Like Noir is a dope producer, and I've heard him say, and I've watched him work directly with artists before, so it's not out here just like pumping out beats like a factory and calling it a day. So shout out to Noir. I would give this a 9.5.
Word. It lost half a point because it says type beat. He typed in type.
Yeah. As soon as I saw type beat, fuck that.
He typed. He typed type. For what it's worth, before we get into this beat that I love, Soul, Ray Stans, Gray Baby, yeah, I'll play Warzone with you guys. I don't give a shit. It would be great. The only thing is I have a solid crew I play with during the day, and then I have a best friend for back home that always hits me up that I ignore because I'm playing with my crew, and then sometimes I play with him. So basically I have too many people to play with, but I'm open to it. So we'll talk offline.
That's a no. I'm too busy for you fucks.
Never too busy. That's part of the white collar criminal tier. If you get in the subscriber queue, then you get to play.
If you're a white collar criminal, aka G Baby and Rogue Jepson, I will personally call D Bird on his cell phone and demand that he carve out time to play video games with you at your leisure.
I'm like, oh shit. Sorry guys, gotta go for my subscribers.
Yeah. Now there is an asterisk to that. I will call him and I will make those demands, but that is no guarantee that he will actually submit to those demands. He'll probably just hang up on me and be like, shut the fuck up. I'm in the middle of a game.
Shut up, nerd. I'm nerding. All right. Anyways, Noir, I fucking love this beat. I think it's great. It's funny, right around 50 seconds, I saw Dice kind of move his cursor up to the YouTube video because I kind of thought the same thing. I was like, all right, are we going to hear a switch up? And it felt like maybe came like a second or two after that thought hit my brain. And that's kind of what you want to see, right? Like you have this, I think good producers have this second sense of when they need to change it up, right? And to Dice's point, it's like, it worked perfectly. It was the same sounds, but you switched it up just enough. And then with the chorus, like, yeah, you did another section that was like, oh, perfect. And then went back to what was working before. I think this is great. I'm going to give it a 9.5 as well. I fucking love this a lot. There's something about it that just makes me want to not give it a 10 deep in my gut. Can't put my finger on it. Maybe it's the sounds, like Jacob said in the chat. Like I kind of felt that a little bit on the chorus where it's like, it felt like the sounds were a little stock, but you made them so catchy that it didn't really matter. So yeah, I'm going to give it a 9.5 and be really fucking smiley about this. I might revisit this beat later.
He won't.
I mean, I do have a busy schedule after this, but if I remember, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Next up, Keeper. This is called 1+1. Let's see what this young man is singing about today.
Oh, I'm a keeper.
Baby, I don't know what to get through the curse. Didn't never wanna make this work out. Now all I do is fucking hurt now. Yeah, baby, do you ever need me? Yeah. Put my issues in a damn shot. Billie Jean, why the fuck do you even need some damn help? Baby, I'm just struggling, trying to put my heart out. You never listen to me anyways. It's trying so hard. You look the other way when I'm even in your arms, and I feel like I'll never be enough for you. Baby, I've been struggling to love you. Yeah, throw my life away. They be listening to my songs but don't know what I say. Sometimes I hear my voice, I can't really help it. I only care about myself, I'm so fucking selfish. One plus one, yeah, that's just me and you. We're so stuck like, that's cool. You be there if I need you. One plus one, yeah, that's just me and you. We're so stuck like, that's cool. You be there if I need you. Not the other way, I don't wanna be seen right now. I thought that I lost myself and then you came and found me out. I just really hope that you don't ever let me down. And I was so fucking sad that you turned me upside down. Yeah, Mr. Disney, you left marks on my body. Yeah, Mr. Day when you said that you fucking love me. Yeah, Mr. Day when you would look in my eyes. Oh my goddamn, think I fell in love twice. Goddamn, think you look so nice. Goddamn, would it be my wife? Wait, Like, that's a little bit too fast. Like, do you need a hug? I know that things are like, I just wanna come and fuck. Like, baby, I can treat you right, I know that you want love. Like, maybe I can be someone that you trust. Plus one, yeah, that's just me and you. We're so stuck like, that's cool. You be there if I need you. 1+1, yeah, that's just me and you. We're so stuck like, that's cool. You be there if I need you. 1+1, yeah, that's just me and you. We're so stuck like.
All right, that was Keeper.
Are we sure it's Keeper and not Kuiper?
I'm calling it Keeper because he's a keeper in the White Collar Rhymes community, even though I see a little slant above the E, which probably says Kuiper. I don't give a shit. Respectfully.
Yeah. Our subscribers who support us and who love us very much, fuck them.
Right.
It says Dice.
That's right.
Look, I have a couple first impressions, but before we get into like the nitty gritty, I just want to lay a baseline of I love this. I think it's dope as shit. I think this is a hit single. Terrible mix.
No.
Terrible mix. Terrible mix. And my question to you, Dice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to volunteer my co-host for anything, but if Keeper/Kuiper sent you over the raws, would you know exactly what to do with this? Because it feels like I don't know how to mix it all, and I'm like, I kind of feel like I would know what to do with this.
The main thing that I would try to do is kill some of the low end because it sounds super muffly. So it sounds like he was too close to the microphone, which he doesn't have a very low voice. So he's got a nice tone to it, but he's so close to the microphone that it just adds so much low into it that I would try to kill some of that low end. That way you can bring out some more clarity in his vocals and then boost in the high range.
Yeah, as someone who's not an audio engineer, admittedly, my first take is like, fuck, it sounded great. I wish I could hear more of it. Like the beat was eating you up. The beat washed you out. And so I wanted the vocals to be a little bit more present. If you could figure out a way to kind of bury those better into the verse without it sounding so muffled, I think that's the key. And, I almost was like, just fucking send the stems to Dice, send it to Jacob, send it to somebody, because I want to hear this song properly mixed. Because I like it a lot. You know what I mean? Like, it's a good song that just has a terrible mix. So talk to us. Let us know if you're open to some kind of shenanigans like that. Just not going to charge you anything. Just want to see a good fucking song be made. So where it's at today, I'd give it a 8 because you can't really tell what all the words are, but I think it could be a 10 pretty easily.
Yeah, I'm pretty much at the exact same conclusion for the exact same reasons. I was going to give it an 8, and I'm like, it's a great song. I just felt like the whole thing was muffled and held back by the mix. But from what I could hear, like the vocals are on point. You always have great catchy melodies and catchy songs and interesting songs. Like, I think that's the one thing I want to give him credit for, is that like he always has very interesting concepts to his songs, and it's not like, oh, even if I've heard the topic before, it's like his takes on it always feel fresh. And I think that's what makes good music good, is like, even if it's a topic that you're familiar with or that you've experienced or that you've heard before, like a good song is a good song at the end of the day, and he has good takes on good topics. So yeah, I'm at the same. It's an 8 because of the mix, but definitely a 9 or a 10 with the proper mix and in the right setting. So good shit. All right. Welcome to the subscriber area, Soul. See you in there. So we'll get to that. Up next, we've got Rogue Jepson. After that, maybe All Savant. but then Sotorius, and then Soul. Rogue Jepson has a new single out called High School. I'm not sure how much I should support that because I've not been in high school for 20 years, but
Because I've not been in high school.
not been
Never been.
not been around high schoolers other than the Discord for 20 years. I am not into high schoolers. Just making that clear.
Literally, they won't let them within 60 feet.
Not at all. Nuisance, menace to society. All right, here's Rogue Jepson, High School.
When I think of high school days, think of social reps and assemblies, report card crosses for an undone tie, untucked tee, and how I'd fall out with my mates almost every other week, and how the girls I liked were just a tad out of my league. But there was this one girl who I was told had a thing for me. She tried to kiss me once, but I'd forgot to brush my teeth. As she leant in, I leant back and pushed her off of me. And now I'm letting knowing I'm my own worst enemy. Bright green eyes, cherry red lips, and a bleached blonde hair like the girl from Tangled. Only taught working 9 to 5 to start living life from a different angle. Never thought those days would end, but now I'm 21 and I feel dismantled. Almost asked the girl to prom, but COVID became a prom, got cancelled. In my head, she's laying with me in my bed, and I feel like a rival, 'cause now I'm missing high school. When I look back, my emo phase, the DV days, football in the rain. Now I'm insane, now I'm lonely, wish that girl would call me. Bright green eyes, cherry red lips, and a bleached blonde hair like the girl from Tangled. Only taught working 9 to 5 to start living life from a different angle. Never thought those days would end, but now I'm 21 and I feel dismantled. Almost asked the girl to prom, but COVID became a prom, got cancelled. In my head, she's laying with me in my bed, and I feel like a rival, 'cause now I'm missing high school. In my head, she's laying with me in my bed, and I feel like a rival, 'cause now I'm missing high school.
All right. That was Rogue Jepson with High School. I have thoughts.
Do you want me to go first? Do you want to go first?
Let's rock, paper, scissors.
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All right,
Gotcha.
you won.
All right. So you go first. I don't want to go first.
All right. My first thought is at the
Fall out
beginning.
with my mates on my status for an
This part here bothered me to start out with because, and I've said this to Rogue before, is like, if you're gonna sing. If you're gonna like just do singing, rapping, like there's a time and a place for it. This part here bothered me.
undone tie, untucked tee, and how I'd fall out with my mates almost every other week.
Like there's no vocal runs on it. It's just pretty much like spoken sung. And I thought that this could have like some either layered runs or like that he would hang on to the lines instead of just saying mates or, you know, every time he ended the line, there was just no vocal fries, as Nikki would say. It got better as the song progressed. So like I can appreciate that he did have like, I like the verses a lot. I like the bridge leading into the chorus. The chorus itself was good as well. The only other thing that didn't really vibe with me was that it sounded like super modulated and compressed. Like the vocals didn't have like, for this type of song, I wanted more of a natural feel to it. Like, hey, I am fresh out of high school and like this is the beginning of my life, but instead it sounded like it's almost like when a producer adds too many sounds, it's like you process the vocals too much. Like now I'm hearing like this slight robotic tinge and it's over compressed. Whereas like I wanted it to have more of a natural feel. I think it's a good song. It has good potential, but I think it's just like slight recording techniques, you know, with vocal fries. The layers didn't really feel layery, and just the over compression and over modulation kind of like took me out of it at times, despite it being a good song. Um, that said, I'd still give it a 7. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm kind of with Dice on the effects to the vocals, where like it did just kind of sound a little over processed. The other thing that was kind of top of mind for me was like, especially on the chorus, it let's just baseline. Like, I like what you did here. I like the song in general. I'm just kind of like saying what else I wanted to hear on it. For the chorus, it would have been really cool to do harmonizing vocals like in the background. I'm picturing like kind of a Blink 182 sort of sound, right? Like ha, ha, ha. You know what I mean? Like, I think that would be perfect, just to have those layers on top of your vocals as well. I think it was just missing some background, ear candy background harmonizing. And then I agree. I think if there's a way to mix this a little bit more natural, I think it will come off even stronger than it is now. But I'm not mad at where it is today. I'd give it a 7.5 where it's at. I do think there's just small mixed choices that I mean,
that's a good counter example too, because I can't even think of like a Blink 182 song where I'm like, oh, these guys sound like super modulated. And like, if that's the vibe of this track, like I can't think of any like alt rock, you know, light punk songs that have over modulation to them. So that's why I always like get on them about, if you're gonna sing, sing. If you're not gonna sing, then rap. But like, don't toe the line and then try to compensate for it with processing. Same thing we say to Fallen Dove and Cyclone.
As far as the lyrics go, I'm fine with it because you're 21 and fresh out of high school. There is a context though of like, all right, how old is this guy? Like, if you're 46, you're like, I miss high school, man. You're like, that's just more sad than anything.
Yeah, it's not gonna be a song that I can sing along to.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, I get it. I felt the same way. I was like, I can't sing this out loud.
Unk status. Yeah, it's not playing on my fucking speakers as my windows are down, going through main streets of Portland.
Imagine you go back to your high school reunion blasting this. Everybody's going, this fucking loser here. He's trying to make out with some chick, right?
Dude, did you go to your reunion? I think you said no, right?
They didn't have it because of clusterfuck of situations, but they're supposed to be reorganizing like a multi-year reunion in a couple of months. I'm pandering the idea, but I'm probably not going to go.
I'm like 50-50 on whether I'm going to go. The date is set for like July. And I'm like, well, on one hand, by that time, I'll have my album out. I'll have music videos to show. I'll have some stuff to talk about. On the other hand, it's like, oh, do I need to like prove myself? Do I need to be like, yo, my life's so cool now? I don't think so. I don't feel the need.
I'm like 50-50 because it's like 1,000 miles away. Now it's not even all my class. It's like the class before, which they were cool, my class, and then the class after. So it's 3 different years. So you might show up and it might be like 60% people you didn't even graduate with. And I don't know. It doesn't.
But you are single. Like, that's a big difference. Like, I'm not. You could go back and be like, you. Have you heard Healthy? Huh? Have you heard Humble?
It's not. It's
my
not
friend
a
D Bird's on these tracks.
It's not a fucking chicken coop where you're just walking like, I want that one, and that one.
I don't see how it couldn't be if they heard about White Collar Rhymes and about your bangeriest of the bangers. And Healthy has a music video where turn into a beautiful model.
It's not a word, bangery or banger. What the fuck did you say? Bangery?
Bangeriest. The bangeriest of the bangry.
Disgusting. I'll think about it. All right, next up, Au Savant. This is called Greed of Man.
Hell yeah. It's just a straight Dice track. Dice diss track.
When you go come out the truth,
2 minutes.
when you gonna let us see? Top of the morning to it, mister. Top of the morning to your sister. Sell out your family. Dig out your family jewels. Choose yourself, your greed. You would take a life for a diamond ring. Minding your business easy when you got niggas on you. It's easy when you're trapped on a golf course. Oh God, of course. This is happening to me, my people.
No. Tell me
Damn
that
it.
something is going to happen in the
Damn
next
it.
10 seconds.
Straight to the gulag. Shout out Ray. Right into the gulag with you.
Awesome. You know, I have no beef with you at all, but you are a piece of shit for that. Straight piece of shit for that.
You know what? He likes to see our cringe reactions. He likes to see us like, ugh. But here you go, man.
What happened? It stopped at 40 seconds, 50 seconds, and then there's it's 2 minutes and 15 seconds, but 60% of that is empty space. That's what happened.
I wonder, is there any like sound waves? Does he just insert like a fuck you somewhere in the next 60 seconds?
No, nothing. Not even an outro.
Well, yeah, I'm still confused by this. I don't understand it. I think my first reaction was positive. I was like, yeah, it's pretty good. There was a harshness to the vocals. I was like, all of the backing vocals just didn't seem to be very well mixed, as well as like the mains. The mains actually sounded good, but a little harsh. You probably turn those down. And then the backing vocals were like, oh, they have this weird kind of muffledness to it, almost like the last track we heard. So, it's unmixed. Oh, interesting. Well, that would explain why the mains were harsh and why the backing was not fitting. I'll just give you a rating, not on how I feel about you submitting a 2-minute song with 30 seconds of start of song. I'll give you a rating on the 30 seconds of start of song. I'm going to give you an 8. I think it's a good start. I think you have something here with the melodies. I think it works really well. You just got to figure out that mix, and then you'll be solid. Oh, and then, yeah, add a minute and a half more of content. That, too. 8.
I'm going to give it a 6. You started out with layers, which sounded good, and then you just stopped doing layers. And obviously it's unmixed, but normally I'm a huge proponent of like people who can sing really well, just showcasing their vocals and, you know, highlighting things with layers. But I actually think your voice sounds really good with layers. You just don't ever fucking do them. And then when you do them, it's like selective pick and choosing, and it's not really adding anything of highlight to the song. Like Bird said, it was harsh at times. Obviously, it's not mixed. The other thing that kind of throws me off is just the beat. It's like this loud, eclectic sound, and it's almost like you're fighting to put smoothness on top of these abstract beats. And I always wonder why. I feel like a lot of times the things that I don't like about your songs is the beat choice. And I feel like you have such a chaotic way of wanting different beats. Not chaotic, but like you want these certain style of beats rather than finding beats that would blend well and accentuate and highlight your voice and your vocal abilities, that it just kind of like works against your favor. So I just wish your beat selection was more refined, and not so eccentric, I guess. But yeah, it's a 6 for me just because I didn't think the beat really did you justice. It's not mixed, and it's just missing layers. I think the concept is fine. Like I had no issues with the concept. Just all those other things kind of held me back from wanting to hear more. So maybe it's a good thing that the last minute and 20 seconds was nothing. Maybe. G baby, I'm sorry that you're sitting next to a mouth breather. Hopefully you can get them some sinus medication or something that will alleviate their issues. Nobody likes breathing through their mouth unless you are a dedicated mouth breather, in which case you're a nuisance to society. All right, what's next? Sotorius. After Sotorius, Soul. After Soul, shout out American Josh. Josh is back. What up, Josh? And then looks like we'll be wrapping up for early tonight. But let me see here. Binary Slugs. This was the ear candy that I asked for and that I shall receive. I'm running low on my Burger King Fanta strawberry icy concoction. If anybody must know, it was delicious. Give it an 8 out of 10. I would recommend it. I would probably opt for a larger size. This was a medium. I think it was $1.49. Also, shout out to Walmart. This week is Walmart Plus week. So if you are a Walmart Plus subscriber, 50 cents off every gallon of gas at Exxon and Mobil gas stations, 6 months of Paramount Plus, free croissantwich or Whopper Jr. Lots of benefits here.
You just named all of the worst corporations I can imagine. Yeah, you could get some free Nazi fries from Chick-fil-A.
Hey, man.
You could go to Hobby Lobby and get some Christian-themed rape.
I have big beef with Hobby Lobby because there was one day where I needed something from an actual hobby store, and I learned, much to my demise, they're closed on Sundays, and I'm like, what is this Christian shit?
For what it's worth, it's not no shade, Costco, but on Easter Sunday you were closed, and fuck your families. Fuck the Easter Bunny. I had shit to get. How dare you?
Fuck you, Costco.
Just saying.
Yeah, who closes on Sunday? Sunday is like prime. I mean, obviously Chick-fil-A, but what store closes on Sunday when people are fresh out of church? They're like, I've got all my fucking family with me. What better way to enjoy our day together than to drag you out grocery shopping or what other mundane bullshit that we need to do as a family? And your store is closed. The fuck?
It's like, I want to bring George and Georgette to go buy some nice cloth scarves that have crosses on each end. And then when I get mad at them, I will strangle them with their own scarves.
Nothing like a good scarf, eh? All right.
I've been watching a lot of Game of Thrones.
I still have yet to watch that.
That's wild.
It's not really, when you think about it. When you look at me and you like, yeah, he probably.
All you do is stay indoors. How?
Well, what about me says avid Game of Thrones fan?
Because indoors. I know you do nothing but screens, like whether it's this screen or that screen, you're screening. The fact you haven't screened Game of Thrones, crazy. But of course you have Korean game shows to catch up on. So
those are actually good. Those are actually great.
Oh, are they?
Shout out to Running Man.
Yeah.
Gunshots for Running, air horns for Running Man. Gang.
Wild.
Speaking of gang, here's Sotorius. Binary Slugs.
Let's get it.
Let me know if this is crunchy and I need to do some IT.
Always good.
Good. I'm assuming.
All of my clothes and they camoed in black. Head to the store and I'm buying a black. Not your hood, but I'm charging a tax. Like GPT, I'm spitting the facts. Sipping the phone, we stumbling back. Uzi attached with the rumbling pack. Bullets be cracking, they whizzing, they snap. Barrel getting hot like it's cooking some crack. AR-15 head trigger with a binary. Yeah, that switch don't judge. The Glock got a whisper, go shh like a library. Get your ass melted like fudge. No pronouns, just binary slugs. Hit both sides, that's binary love. Zeros and ones, I'm a binary thug. This cleaver right here gon' stab through your pudge. Broke ass bitches, some hoe ass bitches. Why don't you go wash like 4-5 dishes? She rubbing the genie like this is Aladdin. Hoping she had like 4-5 wishes. She dug down, deep into some trenches. Wait for an ad, she loving all the mentions. Find me an era where these hoes ain't wenches. Bust down titties, her stage name Precious. Pussy so deep, drop a quarter, make a wish. Pussy so deep, grab a pole, catch a fish. No quick strokes, gotta flow, get the drift. Nothing but net, no rim, that swish. Can't bottom out, gotta waller out the sides. 15-inch, how you not satisfied? Shit so dry, gotta water on the sides. Ran it through the count, got dollars at them 5. All of my clothes and they camoed in black. Head to the store and I'm buying a black. Not your hood, but I'm charging a tax. Like GPT, I'm spitting the facts. Sipping the phone, we stumbling back. Uzi attached with the rumbling pack. Bullets be cracking, they whizzing, they snap. Barrel getting hot like it's cooking some crack. AR-15 head trigger with a binary. Yeah, that switch don't judge. The Glock got a whisper, go shh like a library. Get your ass melted like fudge. No pronouns, just binary slugs. Hit both sides, that's binary love. Zeros and ones, I'm a binary thug. This cleaver right here gon' stab through your pudge.
Stab through your pudge.
I'ma get this money like I promised. Got a green thumb like a botanist. Ice on the wrist, VVS, stay flawless. Lab grown bitch, let's be honest. Don't give a fuck, she a goddess. All up in the mouth orthodontist. Thought I had money, this bitch so funny. Never seen it coming like a plot twist. Take her to dinner, I leave her the bill. Hope you like pickles, so suck on the deal. Time to put work in, you don't get a Birkin. Sorry my love, just trying to be real. Glock shots got you doing hopscotch. Like a belt loop, I'm top notch. You wasting my time, and time is money. I'm chasing that clock like a stopwatch. Militant bitch, I'm a trooper. Punch a fat bitch in a fupa. Uppercut. She came on a rap from Cuba. She told me to eat a chalupa. Pull a beachside in Miami. Bitch got beach like beluga. Throw game, I go crazy. She could deep throw the bazooka. You really wanna test your bitch? Give her a tech with a switch, see if she spins, see if she aiming at chin, see if she gon' fold in a pinch. Triple meat from Whataburger, we want all the beef, we want all the murder. I'm the king, better hold the burger. You a patty flipper, you a fucking server.
Nothing wrong with being a patty flipper. Come on now.
It's an honest living.
Yeah, it's honest day's work. All right, that was Sotorious with Binary Slugs. I like this. So the mixes sounds clean. Good cadence. I love your voice. I love your confidence. Some clever lines here and there. There were moments where it's like I thought you were gonna do things different flow wise, and it seemed like you kind of stumbled through it. Like I think right when you were like something about binary, like it seemed like you were about to rap fast, but you kind of like, I don't know if you stuttered into it or what, or if that was by choice or it was mixed like that. Like there was like at least 3 moments where the flow, I thought it was going to go one way and it kind of like pivoted to something else and it kind of threw me off, kind of took me out of the moment. But that said, I still like the track overall. Like I said, great voice, great presence. Yeah, that's really my biggest gripe is there was like just moments where it just, I don't know, it just kind of like stopped and it didn't flow all the way through like I thought it would. I would give this an 8 just because it's got such good mix and such a strong presence. Probably would have been a 9 if like the flow was super crisp all the way through. But I'm at an 8.
So I feel like this comes down to my
Hold on, let me find these parts.
Go ahead.
Get your ass melted like fudge. No pronouns, zeros and ones. I'm a binary thug. This cleaver right here gon' stab through your pudge. Broke ass thugs hit both sides. That's binary love. Zero. Get your ass melted like fudge. No judge. The Glock got a.
This right here, it feels weird.
Go like a library. Get your ass melted like fudge.
Get your ass nothing like fudge. Like, it seems like kind of sloppy.
Melted.
I don't know. Yeah. Like the wording kind of, maybe it's the mix. The wording just kind of just drifted away, and it didn't.
No pronouns, just binary slugs. Hit both sides. That's binary love. Zeros and.
I don't know. Just yeah. That part, I know that repeats a couple of times, and there was one other part. Like I said, maybe I didn't hear the word like Bird pointed out, but it just didn't feel like it flowed all the way through, and it sounded like a stutter.
Okay. For me, like, I will say this was very reminiscent of Bun B, as Soul pointed out in the chat, of like a 3-6 Mafia, just kind of like the vibes of it. I think that this is really good vibes. This reminds me of kind of the thing that I always say, which is like, you know, good beat, good delivery, good lyrics. Have two, you can have a good song. You know what I mean? Like, this wasn't very strong lyrically. And I'm not sure if this was the same person that said previously, like, oh yeah, I was punching in and freestyling every line, but that would make sense to me on this. That being said, I didn't actually think that this one was a freestyle because it, you know, did have those more complex rhyme schemes, right? Where you're like kind of A, B, and then you come back around to it. I'm not mad at this. I actually like this a lot. I think that you just kind of take it for what it is, right? Like the lyrics are the lyrics. It's just, all right, put a fucking cleaver to the pudge. Sure. You know, like, why not? But it is kind of that stranger wording where it's like, did you think of this ahead of time? Or were you just kind of going off the top? Like, I don't know. At the same time, fun listen, great beat, great voice, and kept it interesting throughout. So, you know, I'm happy to go up to a 9 and not feel bad about it. But there were some just things lyrically I was like, fuck it. Push that out of your brain. Don't focus too much on that. Just vibes. It's good.
I like the uppercut to the fupa.
That I literally laughed. I was like, uppercut. See, that is how you add some ear candy.
Yeah, stuff like that. Memorable. Flicks DK. Flicks DK. The queue isn't that long, but we're doing subscribers tonight. So if you wanted to subscribe, you could join in. Otherwise, our free feedback queue, which we do on Sundays, is wide open, and you can jump in there. But we do have a tip that just came in from the Fallen Dove. Thank you for the tip. This is called Never Back.
Shout out, Dove. Let's hear it. Does it have a rose on the cover?
It does have a rose on the cover. How did you know?
Imagine that. That's 2025.
I like that here.
Sign your block, like what's up, sign with a bright, we roll one up, love my soul, it gon' jump, I'm with my flock, I'm off a bump, the whip on lock, they hit on me, what, him with a 3, him with a drum and a beat, burn him up till that's so clean, hit him with a beam, paint her white like cream, roll up with a team, can't eat pain, cause the scene, got a duck cover my head, out of lick, I'm gonna be next, I'm fucked, I run out checks, pitch patch fucking those feds, wear the wristwatch to bed, I got a wish watch my head, we smoke in my head like 2 clouds to shed, hey, sign your block, like what's up, sign with a bright, we roll one up, love my soul, it gon' jump, I'm with my flock, I'm off a bump, the whip on lock, sign your block, like what's up, sign with a bright, we roll one up, love my soul, it gon' jump, I'm with my flock, I'm off a bump, the whip on lock, I'm coming down again, going to my town of sin. In a bed like a needle, I'm full of that new evil. Cop the new Benz, chasing love with lit depends. Whip, navy shine like blue beetle, in a position like fetal. Him on a 9, I'm in this life, dipping, not coming back. Pop up for a last track, I let my slap say, bottom like that's it, yeah. We gon' be fine, I'ma be fine, I'd lie. Take me out of this life, never wanna be back in this life.
That was Never Back by The Fallen Dove. Can I say something, D-Bird?
Please, you're allowed.
Am I? I feel like this is going to be not allowed, but I'm going to say it anyway.
I was maybe going to give the same exact note. I think you're going to say what I think I was going to say. But you go first.
I don't think I am. I don't think I am.
Well, you say it, I'll tell you if that's what I was expecting or not.
Chat, can we go back to songs about drugs, bitches, and guns?
That's not what I was expecting. No. That's not what I was expecting.
I know I got on self-savior about like, damn, is every song you make about bitches? But I'm like, man, can we go back to the 90s where everything was about like guns and bitches and hoes? Like
I say bitches and hoes.
I say that because I feel like there's a time and a place to just like simplify things. And I think we said this last Sunday about your songs is like, man, go back to the basics and simplify everything. Like don't try to be overcomplicated in what you're saying. Just say what you want to say about whatever emotion, whatever topic. Don't try to be like overly witted, like, milk her like a cow or I heard there was something about something splashing semen on somebody in some clever way. But all I'm saying is like, man, simplify the lyrics. It felt like the whole time the timing was off. Like you're either like chasing the beat or you're like falling behind it and you're just kind of like meandering it across it. And I feel like all of that is just like a casualty of being hyper focused on like wanting to deliver very particular lyrics. And I just feel like dumb it down. That's basically where I'm at. Dumb it down and don't try so hard. Like focus. If you focus more on the timing of your delivery and staying on beat than you do on your actual lyrics, I think you'll see tremendous growth. That's kind of where I've landed at on this. Where this one is, I didn't really like it as much as the last couple tracks we heard. I would give this a 3.
Okay, so it wasn't exactly what I thought you were going to say, but I guess it's in the same vein. It's like kissing cousins to what I was going to say. So, first off, shout out Swagleen, shout out ZG Beats, Zax, shout out. Appreciate you guys, and we'll definitely get you guys in tonight. Fallen Dove. I hope this is taken in the way that I mean it, which is this song sounded like you got inspired by, I want to call him a bad rapper, but people I normally wouldn't listen to. You go, hey, oh, yeah, hey, oh, and you like just fill in a bunch of space. It sounds like whoever influenced you, you're trying to do that style. And of course, as you're a little newer in your journey, it's just you tried to do someone else's style and it kind of flopped is how it felt, right? So Dice was talking about like, can we go back to like, just fucking bitches or whatever? Like, can we get back to a normal, like a more normal feel? It just felt like you were trying to copy a song from someone else, right? That to me, my first take is it sounded like a worse version of a song that I would hate anyways. But the difference being the song I would hate normally has production behind it, has people who have the A's on time, right? You're using A as a filler and yeah. You're doing all that shit as filler, but they have the sense of the timing of the beat so they can put that in as musical accompaniment, right? Like it sounds natural on those songs. So you can have a song that has fuck on a bitch, hey, sucking a dick, hey, or whatever you want to say. But like it fits. This one just didn't fit with the timing, and it again for those reasons. Like when they say they're A's or whatever, sometimes actually a lot of times those are put in afterwards, right? Those are ad libs that they add afterwards, so they're strong, and you can kind of hear like the A's as part of it on timing, right? So sure, strep throat, whatever. I'm just saying this is my first impression of what was presented. You want to re-record? This is my first impression of this. You can go back and fix it. So that is my pick. It felt a little off. Felt like you were trying for a genre that maybe wasn't as authentic to what we're used to hearing from you. I'd give it a 3-2.
Shout out again to Swag Lean and Zax, aka ZG Beats. Swag Lean sells, he's got a beat, he's selling for 10 bands. 10 rubber bands, 10 rock bands, 10 what?
I'm sure it's 10 rock band Xbox games. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, here's DJ Swag Lean.
Here we go. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Hey, 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 hey. O-U-I-Y. Sometimes W. This is kind of hard as fuck. Hey. E-E-I-O-U.
I'm not mad at it. I'm mad at this part. Yeah, this is where I'm at it.
The anger. Hey. Uh-oh. Yikes.
Yeah. Nah, fuck
You
that.
go back to the first part?
Yeah.
Like the first 10 seconds, yeah. Give us a taste of what used to be.
Yeah. Bring that shit back. Bring the other shit back at the end.
Bring that shit back. Say DJ, bring that shit back.
No. Yeah. Do this. Don't do this. No. The second half sucks. That's pretty much my ruling on this. The second half sucks ass. First half is cool. The only thing with that sound is something about it feels like childish to me. But at the same time, I guess it works. Maybe it's because it's so loud and present and it's not smooth. There's a sharpness to it rather than it being smoothed out. So if you could smooth that sound out a little bit more and have it just hum instead of have it hum into the sound wave instead of straight up bonking like a horn, I think that would go a long way. But yeah, second half sucks ass. Hate the second half. Don't like. Frown, sad face, sad emoji, tear emoji, crying emoji in a bad way, not in a laughing. I'm laughing at this way. Not worth $10,000. Maybe worth like 100 on a good day. I give it a 7.
I think Dice Ray in the chat. Nailed it. At least from my perspective, I think you put the saw further into the background and it's fun. Like I think the percussion's cool. The other noises, I don't know, whatever that. I think it's cool. But the second you take the saw away and you start doing the other shit, it doesn't make sense anymore. I don't know what it is. It just like transforms to like, oh, okay. I'm bopping along to like, oh, fuck. Nah. So I would just say that there's got to be a way to take all the goodness from the first part, figure out how to, you know what it is? Put the saw further into the background, make the do. Maybe reverse it or make a different higher or lower. There's got to be a different way to change those sounds or add in like a synth pad, like oh, like some shit, some orchestral sounds for the chorus, make that different enough, and then boom, right back, copy paste the first part. And I think you got a beat. Where it's at, I'll give it a 7.5 because it made my shoulders knock. I'll just ignore the second half.
If you sell this beat for $10,000 or more, show me the invoice and I'll give you like 3 free verses.
Each one of those are worth 12,000 too. So, boom, that's a deal. That's a 3x deal right there, as they say in the industry.
The Little Caesar industry.
Yeah. Do Ural also react to an Amapiano, Pete? Amapiano. Well, that depends. Are you piano?
We react to anything. So I'm guessing the answer is yeah.
If you am a piano, are you piano?
I don't know what that means.
Today we're just doing our subscribers or tips. So if you want to get in today, then it's $5 to subscribe or tip, and we will play you today. Otherwise, you drop it in the free feedback queue in our Discord, and we will get to that shit Sunday morning. Got a whole queue of shit lined up. And actually, that's a good reminder for anyone that's watching this shit. If you don't feel like tipping, that's fine. You can post in the free queue right now, and you'll probably be up early-ish within the first hour or two. Because once people see us going, then they just like to add to it.
It's like Christmas lights.
Yeah.
All right. But we got one more tip that came in from Zax, aka ZG. This is called Creation. And then we got Soul and then American Josh after that, still in the subscriber queue.
Hell yeah.
Where is this gonna go?
Die Hard, the anthem. You thought you were just a New York City cop? Next thing you know, you're in a hotel with terrorists. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, shit. Got my wife. Crawl through the vents. I'll take your life.
That's a wonderful Christmas movie.
Your face. Yeah. Okay. I get it.
I'm gonna make this very simple.
Dude. That.
I
Get it
hate
outta
those.
here.
I hate those sounds.
Hate those sounds. It's the
Those-
worst.
Those sounds are the worst. I agree
The
with
worst.
Bird. Those sounds make this beat way less better than it could be. Because once the drums and everything comes in,
The drums and the synth, those
Tight.
layers are fire.
fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, dope. But this shit here, this stuff
This
that you
shit
started,
right here. No.
maybe if it
Get
was
outta
like
here.
super low and you didn't start off the beat with it, it would be like permissible. But for that to be the lead sound, I'm like, that's ugly and I don't like it.
Maybe if you had 60 seconds of silence before the good part came in, it'd be better. Shout out Osavant.
That's
Shout
an
out
interesting,
Osavant.
that's an interesting flip on a known concept. Instead of ending it without anything, begin it with nothing.
Yeah. People are like, is this shit on? It says it's playing. I don't know.
But no, yeah, those lead sounds, man, I just don't like them at all. But the drum line, the synth, everything else after that is golden. If you can find a different melody or maybe a sample, this is why I've been saying for like the last 2 or 3 shows with your beats, like I gotta hear somebody on your beats because like they sound so super specific to whatever creation is in your mind. It's hard for me to fathom like an artist on top of it, and this one's especially rings true because I just don't like that sound, and I don't know how somebody hears that and it's like, oh well, never mind, hold on, let me take that back, because Fallen Dove was like, oh, this is a 10 beat already.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I guess
Maybe-
fuck us. We're unks.
Yeah, maybe this is a
Players roll
Fallen
with
Dove.
Minecraft.
Maybe you and Fallen Dove need to pair up, and like I've been saying, Fallen Dove, stop trying to over stretch yourself thin and do production and lyrics. Just do one thing at a time. So I don't know, but yeah, I'll give it a 6.5 just because that sound is just so ever present. But definitely would have been an 8 if there was a different melody.
So I'm just spitballing here. I don't know if any of the producers would be into this. It would be a lot more work for us as, people that listen to this shit. But I'd be curious because there's so many beats where I'm like, oh, I fucking love this. If you just change this one thing, right? I wonder if we had like a channel where we could go post the beats that we wished were a little different. And then just like, if the producers were open to it, they could put their stems into like a thread. Like Zach's could put this into a thread, keep the 2, and then just have Kenny, Noir, shit, even Nick Bonin. I think he has a good ear for like what sounds like, just, oh, have you thought about this sound? And then they like do their own version of it. And then he can go back and rework it with maybe a different instrument. Because I think if you just look at the tones, right? The tones are good. It's just the sound selection, I think. Dun, 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 dun. I think that would work. You just have a bad sounding sound.
Yeah.
So
I mean, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I know this is probably going to be a slap on the wrist example, but infamously when Kanye was working on 808s and Heartbreaks, like he couldn't get the 808s right. So he went to Timbaland, and Timbaland like gave him some like, okay, here's how you would do it in this situation. Like, and I think we say that a lot about artists, about like, hey, work with these artists or ask for advice, but producers as well. Like, you don't have to be a jack of all trades. Like, you might just be a melody guy. You might be Scott Storch. You might just be good at fucking piano keys. And then you just give that shit to Dr. Dre and he puts the drums on it. Like, you guys don't have to be this one-stop shop. I know it in everybody's head. They're like, oh yeah, I want to do this and I want to do that. And I got all these visions, but it's okay to know where your limitations are and stop right there and say, you know what? Let me go to this guy who's good at this and get that polish on it.
Yeah, I'll go out on a limb and say the percussion and the synths 10. And then the other shit
1.
fucking 3. Yeah. So combined, I guess if you average it out, let's call it a 6.5.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the actual average. I'm not trying to go perfect mathematician here. Not like Matt Damoning it. I'm just saying, I think that this could be a cool experiment for us if people are open to it, to be like, how would someone else approach this when you have these two elements that really work. And if you're stuck, right? Maybe you submit like, hey, I'm stuck on this. I need help to figure out how to make it to the next level.
Yeah.
Something to think about.
I think I've said that a lot about Zax's beats. Like I like his drums a lot. It's just the melodies that always kind of throw me off that are just out there. But if he can just take his drum lines and his synths and pair that with somebody who's good with melodies, maybe even like a Noir, Kenny, even Gons, like Dog Tags, who doesn't do fucking drums, like give Dog Tags some shit to play around with, could go a long way. But hey, what do we know?
No, honestly, like it would be interesting too. I'd imagine I'm not a producer, but what if I was? Then I'd be like, yo, I have this idea. I have this bare bones shit that sucks because I'm just starting out. I post a thread and I'm like, hey, what would you guys do with this? Include the sounds on it. People can load it in their DAW, try it themselves, and be like, oh, well, this sound sucks. Try this one. You know, here's what I see where you're going. Here's my version of it.
Yeah. Maybe one day.
Throwing shit out there.
Yeah.
Of course, as this is, going to be watched tomorrow, think about it. Let us know.
Look at that. Look at somebody buying into our crazy ideas. ZG is like, you know what? I will make something before the end of the show. Pick a BPM. I know my sweet spot is like between like 85 and 95.
85 and 95. That sounds about right to me. Feels like, I mean, I can rap about anything. Chapstick, traffic. I'm saved in my girlfriend's phone as Malibu's Most Wanted when she learned I was a white rapper. So that's a thing.
The fact that chapstick was your lead off rhyme disgusts me to no end.
It's a line from Malibu's Most Wanted.
Like, I know, and it disgusts me. Jamie Kennedy, his whole existence disgusts me.
White people deserve to exist too. Okay, it's fucked up.
I guess if you must. All right, Soul, Out of Time. Welcome to the subscriber area.
Out of time. Welcome to the subscriber.
I'm running out of time. I'm going out my mind. I'm trying to find time. I'm fighting to survive. I'm running out of time. I'm going out my mind. I'm trying to find time. I'm fighting to survive. Wake up and walk away just to hear you say nothing is okay. That much is obvious. You want my heart to break. You want my mind to quake. Your love is so fake. That much is obvious. That much is obvious.
Who did that?
I want to find a place where I can escape. Somewhere without hate, where I can breathe again. I cannot masquerade, pretending every day. I feel myself shake, anxious until the end. I'm running out of time. I can feel the hourglass breaking. I'm trying to find time. I can still see her hands shaking. I'm running out of time. I can feel it all.
What are you saying?
I'm running.
I can feel the hourglass breaking.
No.
All right,
Okay.
that was Out of Time by Soul. What did you think, Bert?
So the pitched up vocals sounded insane. I hated them. At the end, when you pitched them up, I did not like that. I wasn't mad at kind of the way you approached it. I think that in general, it's a dope kind of a Breaking Benjamin type feel. I think that the mix let you down, or let me down listening to it rather. So I really, really liked the backing vocal of whoever was screaming. So if that was you, then awesome, great job. Do more of that. I think that the instrumental itself, it felt like the drums were a little MIDI to me, felt like a little electronic, and I wanted them to sound a little bit more present. And then as far as the main kind of soul of the song, pun intended. I do this for a living, folks. Not actually. Well, I guess I'm paid more here than my non-employment. Let's not talk about that. Bad kid from YouTube. So what I would say is if you were able to get the stems, or if you were able to get one of the producers in the Discord to add drums or make the drums harder, I think that would be dope. Like if you don't know Bad Kid from YouTube and he's not willing to give you the stems, then not really much to do as far as the instrumental. It just felt like the drums could be hitting harder in the beat because you had these very hard guitar riffs, which were dope, and then kind of a limper percussion. It kept the song moving, but it didn't get you in the feels. So if a Gons or somebody else could just be like, yeah, could be fun. Otherwise, like, yeah, the mix was a struggle a little bit. Even like the out of time. It's fine. It felt a little muffled and like it just sounded a little poor quality. But a decent song overall with some parts I didn't like in the mix, and at the end hated the choice on the higher vocals. Loved the screaming in the background though. Dice. 7. I'll give it 6.5. Dice.
The things that kind of held me up on this was when you're performing Out of Time, it worked in the beginning, but then as you progress further along in the song, it became more monotone. And I don't mean monotone as in the performance was necessarily monotone, but like there was no variation in the performance. Like, especially with a song like this, you don't necessarily want to float the same hook over and over again. You want to add more emotion and more liveliness to it as the song goes on. So as that instrumentation starts to pick up and the drums and the guitars get louder, I would expect for you to record a new version of that where you're getting a little bit more into it and expressing yourself a little bit more. Instead, it was just, I'm running out of time, like over and over again. So like it just fell flat like the longer the song went on. So you should probably just do those parts more lively and animate it as the song goes on. The other thing was something that I wanted to remember right around here. I cannot masquerade, pretending every day I feel myself. Yeah, that I feel part, like moments like that, like, and this is what I was talking about with Rogue's song, is like it feels more spoken than it is sung. Like instead of saying I feel the like that feels robotic. Like I feel da da da, like drag out the words a little bit as if you were having just like some sort of natural cadence and natural rhythm to your conversation. And part of that just comes with, you know, doing it over and over in repetition, but like those small little minute details and how words are enunciated and how they're hung on to and how they're dragged out, how they blend into the next word that you're about to say, they go a long way into like people sonically remembering a song and how it's performed and latching onto it. So like when you say things like I feel that feels robotic versus I feel na na na, that has a little bit more harmony and cadence to it. So like those kind of
feeling that. I was feeling that. Do that more.
And that's what like those like small little details, while they seem like nitpicky and in the moment type things, those can go a long way to like somebody remembering a lyric versus somebody being like, oh, that sounded weird, and kind of just forgetting about it. But those are like the main two things that I heard, is just like, yeah, the out of time, it just felt monotone towards the end. And then like the breakdown part where it's like reminded me of DJ Lethal and Limp Bizkit. The performance on top of that, it was hard to hear what you were saying. So like just being aware of those things, like those parts, you probably have to mix it a little bit differently, like Bird was saying, so that people can hear it. But I still think there's a lot of potential here. It's just refining the performance aspects of it. So I give it a 6.5. I think it definitely has like strong 8 potential. All right. Last thing in the queue for tonight is Kyle mix. Okay. Shout out Kyle.
Shout out Kyle. I just learned he has a children's book on the way.
A children's book?
Yeah. I think it's something about like, hey, don't take candy from strangers. And he illustrates what can happen if they do. And it's just blood and gore on every page. It's really fucked up. I told him it's a bad idea.
I'm going to raise my hand on this one and graciously ask that we get a copy of this book to read live on our show.
Yeah, me too. Kyle, hello.
With pictures. Like we turn the page and we take turns narrating each page.
Oh my God. I mean, let's be honest. If there was a children's book with graphic depictions of violence for like, this is what a stranger says he has puppies in his van, and then they're just dismembered on the next page. Like, this is why you don't do that. I think there's a market for that.
I'm reading it. Yeah.
You hit that like fucking true crime audience. Yeah.
Yeah. And that, kids, is why you don't get in the white van with no windows.
Spot was in van. Turn page.
Spot was dead.
Stranger asked kid to come. Stranger came. Okay.
All right. We got to get on to last song. Emerson South, aka American Josh. This is called Nothing But the Best. What up, Josh? How's it going tonight?
Hi, people.
I could play a song for you, but my hands are cold, fingers is tired. And I could write you a lullaby, but I'd probably mix the words up, 'cause my heart ain't right. Nothing but the best, wish nothing but the best for you. You know it's true. And I can make you my whole damn life, wrap you all in my world, and treat you right. And I'm sorry to my wife, all she gave me was everything, and all I gave her was strife. Nothing but the best, wish nothing but the best for you. You know it's true. Nothing but the best, I wish nothing but the best for you. You know it's true. I could write you a lullaby, but I'd probably mix the words up and break down and cry. Nothing but the best, baby, fuck. Nothing but the best for you. You know it's true. Nothing but the best, baby, fuck. Nothing but the best for you. Come on in, do it one time for me now.
It's got to be the weirdest experience I've ever had on the review show.
It's true. Yeah, yeah.
I'm flabbergasted.
Nothing but the best for you. It's true. Oh yeah. Nothing but the best. Nothing but the best for you. It's true.
Wow.
American Josh, Emerson
That was
South,
American
nothing
as
but the
fuck.
best.
Nothing but the best. All right. Can I just say that I'm in awe. Was that's 7 minutes and 29 seconds?
No, was it? No, that was 2
Oh,
minutes.
okay.
And the next song is 7 minutes.
Okay. I was gonna say that didn't feel like 7 minutes and 29 seconds, so that's a good sign.
What a potato!
What's up,
999.
potato? 999 is 666 upside down. So that means they're heavenly, according to all the signs. All right. I don't know. I'm just saying shit. I've been watching too much rehearsal.
You need a job.
I do. That's it. Look, American Josh. When this song came in, I was immediately like, oh, let's shut the fuck up about whatever jokes and bullshit I was spewing. I was like, damn. Oh, yeah. Right off the bat. Oh, fuck yeah. Because it was just your voice and like a pared down instrumental. I was like, damn. And then the other shit started happening. And I got to admit, it kind of felt a little disappointing initially. And there's just something about it. And I was trying to pinpoint as it was happening. That's why I was like, this is the most confusing part, is the vocals are great. It actually was mixed well. I could hear everything you were doing. I think the production's great on the vocals mixed into the instrumental. That being said, I think the instrumental, it felt muddy. It felt muddled. And the piano specifically, you know, when somebody first gets like an electric piano, let's say they just open a box on Christmas, they unbox like, oh, a Casio, oh my God. And they put it on the little stand like, can I play a song, mama? Can I play a song, papa? And they're like, we'll allow it. And they're like, ding, 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 ding. The sound of that piano in the beat sounded like a live performance from a Casio right out of the box, if that makes sense. Like, it didn't sound like a studio piano. It didn't sound like a professional instrumental. And that's the thing that I think I struggle with your songs, is that I'm not mad at any of the sounds they use, the melodies. In fact, the piano solo was great. It just didn't sound polished. As good as the person was on the keys, it just didn't sound like a polished instrumental to match your polished ass vocals. And I think that's why the last time I was like, I wish somebody else would make a beat for him. So again, I go back to, damn, when there was not much beat happening, I was like, what the fuck is this? 10. And then the beat started happening, and I was like, oh, ugh. So I'm still at like a strong 8, but fuck, it's just, your vocals are like traps for days because you're carrying the entire thing on your back and the instrumental is dragging you down.
Yeah. My thought was this, and I've been kind of on the fence about Bird's feedback the last couple weeks, but I think this song kind of like solidified it for me. Is like, you have great vocal ability, and don't get me wrong, I think in a House of Blues or any other live venue setting, like if you go in, this
You're gonna
song,
crush.
this song
Yeah.
crushes. Like
You have a
everybody,
live band.
yeah, everybody's gonna be like, "Yo, this guy can sing. The band sounds fine. Everybody's gonna love it." But in a studio, let me just listen to the song on some headphone settings. Like, I think your vocals would be better on different beats, different instrumentation, like all together, totally. Like, I applaud you for being a person who's playing a good portion of the instrumentals. I know you said you hire out for the drums and I think the piano as well, and they definitely do their thing. But I feel like your voice needs different production behind it to kind of give you the chance to elevate your vocal ability without having to overthink how much should be going on with the other sounds. Like, if you just free your subconscious of like, how is this going to be played? What is this instrument going to be doing? And you just wrote a song to somebody else's beat. I wonder what that would sound like, because you have a great voice. And I think you make great live setting music. I'm just not sure that it translates to pure listening music. That's kind of where I'm landing at after listening to, I think, 6 or 7 songs that we've heard from you now. Is like, these are definitely great in a live venue. Like, I would say all day, if you can book yourself like a small little local tour of like whatever. Oh, sorry, Potato. Yeah, today is only, we're doing our subscribers, so people who subscribed on Twitch and our Discord. But if you go into the Discord, there is a free Feedback Sundays. If you drop your track in there, we will listen to it on Sunday. It doesn't have to be English. It can be whatever language. All we ask is, please.
Are you assuming that Potato doesn't speak English? They're typing pretty good English already.
If you read the fucking chat, Potato asked, can I drop a track in a different language and not just English?
Well, I didn't. So that's on me. That's on me.
But no, yeah, I mean, so Josh, everything that you've played from this album is great for gigging and touring. Like, songs that you know that you can play, and these are great songs in live settings. If you want to make like songs for people to just listen to in their car or at, working on their desk, some people will probably enjoy this, but I think I would want to hear what you can do on, different instrumentation, different people focusing on the music, and you just focus on the lyrics. So that's kind of where I'm landing out on this one. This one, I agree with Bird. It kind of like was a little bit confusing for me. I was landing more around like a 7 on this one. I thought the beginning of the singing, it started out great. I just kind of like, man, when I'm listening to this, I'm like, I would love to hear this live if I'm eating some food, but I don't really enjoy it as much sitting here. So that's kind of where I landed at on this one. But yeah, still dope. I still applaud you for everything you do. I think that's hard to kind of grasp. No, I'm saying, I think it's like, how many people come in here where we say like, can this person really perform this live? Right. I think you could perform any of the songs that you've played for us live, no problems. And I don't think
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say, I don't think any, like a bunch of people, even the rappers, all that other stuff, I don't think they can say that about the songs that they play for us, especially these people who punch in every 2 lines. Can't do it.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I don't think we've ever said that to any rapper. That rapper comes in and we're like, oh, if only you had different instrumentals. If only you had better beat choices. Man, it's not that. You are that a little bit. I think it still works. Like Dice said, it's not a bad song. It's like just flat out, it's not bad. That being said, the instrumentation is the worst part of what I'm hearing in my headphones. And I'm going to throw this out there. I think that we could do a good song. As long as you're just like, as long as you're like, fuck it. Let's just do any old beat. I'm like, oh, I got beats. Why not? I got some things you could Chris Cornell over for sure.
Okay.
But realistically, what would make more sense, MCD, even Soul the Godless, if he's still around, like I bet he has some instrumentals on deck that he could loan out to you. Yeah, man, I'd be interested to hear you on other shit.
Word. But yeah, Potato, I'm assuming you're somewhere in Europe. It's Thursday already there, but it's still Wednesday here. So Monday your time, we will be live. Well, I guess it might still be Sunday your time because we do it early on Sundays. We have our free show, so join the Discord, hop around the community. We got a lot of people from Europe, so we're not just some American snobs who walk around in blue tuxedos with red ties and orange skin. We're humans too. You're in the Middle East. Where at? Rep your country.
Nara is Middle East, right?
He's in Morocco.
Africa.
Kingdom of Jordan. Wow. Shout out to Jordan.
Oh. Shout out.
All right.
Thank you for stumbling across this 4 a.m. your time.
Welcome. That was it for our show tonight. So appreciate everybody for tuning in. Appreciate all the folks hanging out in the chat. We will be back Sunday, like we said, listening to all the free stuff. So get in line now or wait several hours for us to be sick and tired of music and give you lower scores.
Mm-hmm.
Also, don't forget, tomorrow is Little Caesars Day.
Sure is. And if you don't know what that means by now, then fuck you. But also, I guess promotion means I have to be nice. So tomorrow I have a music video. It's no big deal. The music video to celebrate the best pizza chain of all time, Little Caesars, dropping tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific. Can't wait. It's a fun one.
And also, we are 4 days away. So Sunday, later in the day after the Sunday show, the Square Up League begins. That's right, folks. Head-to-head artist competition. We got 30 plus artists signed up. They're going to go mano y mano week after week, see who can make the best song, see who can have the best record at the end of 6 grueling bloodfest, bang 'em up rounds of bars and shit. Yeah. Give me. Yeah. Signed up, you mean with labels? I don't follow that. Signed up. When did we say signed up? Square Up. It's a league. So basically every week you'll get 3 topics. They choose a topic. They make a song. The best song out of the votes from the community wins. Only ask that the voters have been on the Discord for at least 3 months. But 30 artists signed up to compete in the league. So 30 artists on our Discord server. We have like almost 3,000 members on our Discord server. We filled up 30 spots, so we'll have 30 people in this league rotating, matched up against each other. One week they'll have 3 topics. Another week they might have 3 beats. A couple of change ups in the criteria week after week, so it'll keep people on their toes. But the end result is to see who is the best of the best, because a lot of people come into our server and they say, you know, I'm big bad so and so from Mississippi, and I'm the best rapper here. And this is a way for people to show and prove, but also have some fun, sharpen your skills, see what other people are doing, and, you know, get some general feedback.
I'll be a part of it. So if you ever took my feedback to heart, you're like, fuck that guy, he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Well, get a chance to go head to head versus me, see if my song is better than yours. And let's just be honest, it's just gonna be. Yeah. Fuck y'all.
It'll be hosted and ran by me. I'll try to do some, what we're going to try to do is, if the queue isn't long on Wednesdays, also kind of do some like follow up the week after and say, hey, these are the highlights of that week. It'll be cool. It'll be fun. I promise you guys. But like I said, head to head matchups. Looking forward to that beginning Sunday. But don't forget, tomorrow, the Little Caesars anthem drops. So in the meantime, we'll catch you guys on the Discord. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Farewell.